am going to come through for you. As your president, I will never, ever infringe on the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Never, ever.
Still believe that prudent controls on weapons won't reduce violent crime? And if so, what is your basis for this conclusion?
We need to really get some energy behind it and get it done. And I also think we need to push along the ERPOs so that we have these red flag laws to supplement the use of the background check to find out if someone has some mental disturbance. This is the single most important thing I think we can do in the gun control area.
The 8-year assault on your Second Amendment freedoms has come to a crashing end.
In the possession
Or
of that
might
individual.
take the firearms first and then go to court, because that's another system, because a lot of times by the time you go to court, it takes so long to go to court to get the due process procedures. I like taking the guns early, like in this crazy man's case that just took place in Florida. He had a lot of firearms. They saw everything. To go to court would have taken a long time. So you could do exactly what you're saying, but take the guns first, go through due process.
Push along the ERPOs so that we have these red flag laws to supplement the use of the background check to find out if someone has some mental disturbance. This is the single most important thing I think we can do in the gun control area.
Let me go into some other areas that have not been touched. One of them has been mentioned, but I'd like to, if I could. Direct your attention to the Brady waiting period for handguns. The Brady handgun waiting period is an important proposal. Your predecessors supported on the condition that it be included as part of a comprehensive crime package, including habeas corpus, death penalty, and other reforms. Well, the proliferation of assault weapons, though, continues to be a problem for law enforcement and every law-abiding citizen. And the success of waiting periods and background checks at the state level is compelling. They provide a cooling-off period. And the only opportunity to determine whether a prospective firearm purchaser is not entitled to make that purchase because of a criminal record or history of mental illness or other disqualifying factor. Now, the Brady waiting period the administration is willing to accept as part of the crime package applies only to handguns. The assault weapons, obviously, are at least as lethal. And why shouldn't we expand the scope of the Brady bill to encompass assault weapons as well?
On the assault weapon front, the proposal before us is the DeConcini amendment, and I think I don't know if this is a new statement or not, but I would support both the Brady bill waiting period and the DeConcini amendment, provided they were parts of a broader and more comprehensive crime bill that included tough enforcement provisions, including very tough provisions on the use of firearms in crimes and illegal purchase and trading in firearms, which are part of the package that passed the Senate. Now, to be candid, on the waiting period, I would prefer an approach that was directed toward point of sale, And I know that we're not at that point yet technologically. It's going to require more investment, and I've been involved in infusing those resources here to upgrade the records. But the important thing, I think, ultimately will be a system that's based on state records, a state system. So I think the House approach is preferable, frankly, to the Senate approach. On the DeConcini amendment, I would prefer a limitation on the clip size, but ultimately I would recommend the President sign a bill that had the Brady waiting period and the DeConcini assault weapons provisions in it, as long as we had other tough crime measures in it that dealt with the other problems. I have not considered before whether the waiting period should apply to assault weapons, but and want to think about that, but off the top of my head, I don't think there should be an objection to that.
Well, I think that's, as you know, the DeConcini on the